Hello, this is Jeremy83. This is my highlights of AOR Hungary, which is quite a while ago now, but as you can see, in the Red Bull, as usual, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I think it's round 6, but I might be wrong. And loading the setup now. I think I can't remember which setup I used. I think I used something like 611 wings and quite high ballast because it's quite a cornery track. So you've got a good turn in 10 ballast. No, I turned it up to 9. There we go. Thought so. And it's my first lap in qualifying, just at the start of the session. Now you can see it's not great. I'm already 3/10 off the PB of ESR Verstappen, and I've already corner cut as well. So no surprises really. But that's my first lap gone. But I went for another lap back just afterwards, going around the final couple of corners, and up towards the final corner now, 4th gear. Team Vodka Shot currently on pole with a 17.1. Pretty sure my PB was something like a 17.4 or 5, so it could be pretty good if I get close to that, but that isn't anywhere near it. It's an 18.9 there, which is absolutely appalling. And onto my best lap in qualifying now, 1 minute 43 to go, and we've got to improve on the 18.9, but we've got a bit of fuel left, so if this lap doesn't go well, I could go for another one just after it. Braking just on the 100 metre board, turning for someone, already 10th up, but then lose it because we didn't quite get in the apex there very well. And now coming down towards turn 2, braking just before the 50 metre board where the curve starts on the right hand side, and getting nicely close to that inside curve, but not too close because it's basically an auto spin curve, you actually touch it. So now coming down towards turn 4, and we're about 2/10 up on my PB. Taking turn 4 very nicely indeed, just about not cutting it on the inside, but we've taken not quite enough speed, but pretty good anyway. In KJ gave me CP personal best fastest lap with a 17.0, which is an incredibly good lap. I'll get nowhere near that. We're now going through the chicane, and I've got over the curve on the exit quite a lot there, but now through the middle sector, 4th gear basically all through here until the last one, which is 5th. Or some people taking 6th, but I prefer to downshift to 5th and then upshift and exit for the better turn in. But you can see I think that's 5/10 up. Coming on towards the last sector, which is very good improvement. It might be a low 18 if I can get the last sector to be good, which I'd take. And someone's disappeared in front of me there. But Franglish also sets the pole position with a 17.0 as well, so it's very close at the front. We're coming around hard corner now, 6/10 up. Can I maintain this down towards the line? We've missed the apex a little bit and over the curb, but it's going to be a pretty decent improvement up to an 18.2, which puts me only in 13th, which isn't that good, but it was a much better lap than my first run, that's for sure. And now coming around the final corner, I went for another lap just afterwards, but I've not quite got enough fuel, you can see. So it would have been a little improvement, maybe like a 10th or 2, and I hit the grass on the outside of the last corner, so no chance of improving now. And we run out of fuel just for good measure, so unfortunately an 18.2 is my best I can manage in this qualifying session, which is only about like 6/10 on my PB, which is normally what is good. But you can see just over a second between the top 13, and I'm in 15th with Mills behind me, who lagged out the session, so I'm actually starting last, even behind Fluffy Pillow, which is never really where you want to be, but going for a one-stop strategy, super soft onto soft tyres around lap 15, so that's going to be my strategy. Some people would go for 2 stops, but I prefer the one-stop round here. But here we go, 5 red lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix in AOR in the Red Bull, starting last place. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start, it looks like, compared to Fluffy Pillow alongside me. And now Herschel is going to try and go up the inside of Oasis. He's also pressuring Tapan on the inside wall, and we've got a decent run, but we can't really do anything with it because it's just a wall of cars ahead of me. So we're going to try and swing it around the outside of Herschel and Tapan on the inside. We run over the curve a bit, but we're up 2 positions off the line, which is pretty good. And Boeing shot it now just here. There's a little bit of a gap there, and we're going to go diving into it. It's a decent attempt at a move, but it's still 3 wide up ahead with Vodka Shot, Herschel, and Oasis. And they're going to be going very close. And we've got a bit of a tap off Tapan, and then Oasis comes back onto the track right in front of me. I have to brake to avoid him. Not his fault, obviously, he's just been forced out, but unfortunately that has me back down to last place. But now running outside off turn 5 off Fluffy Pillow, and that is a nice move, so up into 14th off the 9. Not my best start, but I've still gained a place, but it was a decent start. But then unfortunately Oasis had to get out of the throttle, which meant I had to get out of it as well and lose all the momentum that I had. So we only gained 1 place, but it's still decent, and you can see my pace shouldn't be that bad compared to the drivers ahead of me. But now you can see on lap 3 we're still with Oasis, who's falling back a little bit from Tapan, but I think someone has also pit from the lead, because I'm 13th now rather than 14th, and Oasis is actually 12th. So we've got DRS open. We've pulled away a little bit from Fluffy Pillow. Only 6 cents difference though, so Oasis now just ahead. We're a bit too far back to go for revis to turn 1, but maybe through turn 2 and maybe load it up for turn 3, but it's going to be pretty close. He's also got DRS on Tapan ahead of him, which is unfortunate, but we may be close enough for a dive there. But I think better of it, he actually goes wide, a little bit of contact made, and just about got no damage luckily. But unfortunately the middle sector here, you really can't overtake at all. See, now I've got a penalty already on lap 5, which isn't good, and Hayden's actually spun off on the inside there, because that inside curve on turn 5 is awful for that. If you touch it, you basically spin, which is never good. And going through the chicane now, not quite close enough to Oasis on this occasion. You can see lap 6, Oasis actually run very wide there, so this is going to be an opportunity into turn 1 if I can get a decent last sector here. And Oasis braking pretty normally into last corner, even though he's gone wide, and we're up into 11th now. I think someone else must have pit as well. And he's actually run wide a little bit through the penultimate corner, and we're going to try and get a good exit and up into 5th gear, but then down to 4th for the last corner. And Oasis here got a decent exit. I've got slightly wide onto the curb, but got DRS open. He hasn't got DRS, luckily this time. Someone's in the pit, so up into the points now. So this is for 9th place. We're maybe close enough for a move. Can I go for it? And unfortunately not. He brakes very late, and I think better of it. It would have been pretty dangerous. I maybe was close enough, and if it was close to the end of the race, I probably would have gone for that. But unfortunately, that was an opportunity that I didn't take, and we're still at 10th place. Luckily, the people pitting will probably be on 2-stop strategies, which means I'm on the 1-stop, so they won't be that. They'll obviously, if they have the pace, they'll catch and pass me. But if not, then I'll probably gain that position over them, which is pretty good. But you can see Smithson does have the pace to pass and to catch and pass me, as he does set the fastest lap though, which is 2.5 seconds faster than my lap that last lap. So that's shows a bit of a difference. Although I'm on very old super softs, he's on pretty new soft tyres. He goes past me into turn 1. I kind of let him pass. There's no point really fighting for track position so early in the race. And Apex also behind me now. He's also going to pretty much just drive straight past. But you can see Tapan is in the pits, and so is Team Vodka Shot. And I think Vodka was on soft tyres. He's going to try and go to the end, as is Tapan. So that's net positions if I can get anywhere near them, which I doubt, because well, Vodka is definitely very fast, and Tapan is got quite a bit of a gap, as I didn't have much time, didn't have much practice for this race. Just I can't really remember why, to be honest, but I know I didn't have much pace, and Apex has driven past me there. You can see, but now I'm still 5th place somehow, because obviously I haven't pitted yet. But I'm pretty sure my rejoin is going to be like 15th maybe, or 14th. You see pitting this lap, sets off tyres. I broke very early, and unfortunately finished player is going to have to improvise and dive past there. But I've just told the Jeff I'm pitting, so I need to brake as late as I can and make sure I'm on the outside for this corner, because if finished player was on my outside, he would have blocked the pit lane obviously. So I brake very late to try and make sure I'm on the right side for the pit lane. He goes past, I'm into the pits for the soft tyres. And you can see on the mini map, I'm probably going to come out reasonably near those drivers, just going around a hairpin now, but probably a bit behind them. I see those three battling for, well, now that is 5th place they're battling for, or 6th I think, and now we're down to 10th place. I'm pretty sure a few drivers have retired, so I'm just going to check some penalties for the people I'm in a party with. And yeah, I can't really see the mini-map obviously at the minute, but Fluffy Pillow there is going to move us into 10th, and Hayden is going to move into 11th place, and Zero I think has had issues, but he's very quick as well. He's one of the championship protagonists, so he's going to obviously probably catch me up. And as is Franglish, who's the driver in 14th in a minute, he's very quick too. So you can see lap 17, and Zero has caught me up, but I'm also catching Hayden. I think he might have damage, because he's normally reasonably quick, and I'm actually catching him, which is a bit surprising. But MVP Zero now, I'm going to go past. I've run wide very much on the last corner, and Zero has got a good run, and he's got DRS. I'm not even putting into Rich because he's faster than me. There's no point fighting, and he just goes straight past there into turn 1 and takes that position. So he's probably going to bolt off into the distance, as he is very quick, and I am not at this track at all. And even at one of my good tracks, he's probably still quicker than me. And Franglish is now the next car behind me. He's probably going to pass, but hopefully I can still catch Hayden and Fluffy Pillow are battling ahead. But now Franglish, you can see a few laps later, has caught the back of me, and Fluffy Pillow also just ahead. And MVP Zero is actually an AI at the minute. I think he might be retiring because he got damage, which is obviously unfortunate for him, but it gives me an extra position, so I'm not complaining. And yeah, he's AI still, and yeah, he has retired actually. So that's a free position for me. Unfortunate for him though, obviously, to not be in the race anymore. Franglish is around me outside now into the next corner. I'm going to try and let him through, because I'm in a party with him, and he's obviously quicker than me, and hopefully he can drag me up towards the next few cars. But Fluffy Pillow is reasonably slow. Hayden's bolted away a little bit into that 10th place now, and Franglish is just behind Fluffy Pillow, and hopefully I can take advantage if he goes for a move here. He's very close into the chicane. He's going to go for it of the inside, and Fluffy Pillow can't turn in because Franglish is there. He's got to cut the chicane. I'm going round the outside as well, and double overtake there for me and Franglish, both on Fluffy Pillow, who's trapped on the inside, and I've got the inside line for the next corner, and take that position up into 12th place, which not the points at the minute, but I'm pretty sure a few drivers are on 2-stop strategies, which hopefully will come up behind me, and my tyres are obviously still pretty fresh. You can see Tapan now has come out of the pits behind me. He was on a 2-stop. I'm going to try and defend, but he's on very much quicker soft tyres, and he's got the inside of the third last corner and takes that position with relative ease. And unfortunately, down into 12th now, quite a bit away from the points positions, you can see. But a few cars are in the pits, so if they maybe don't do very well on their final stint, but Boring Shutter now is right behind me, and I'm up into 9th because those drivers pitted. But might still have a chance of getting a point or two, and Borgenscheidt has got DRS open. I'm going to try and fight it because it's reasonably near the end of the race now, and if I can hold him off, then that's obviously more points, and points of what I'm hitting for, really. So no point. I got 1 point in Silverstone actually, and I hope I can carry that on and get a few more at this race. But Borgenscheidt did got the inside there. Going to try and hold it up the inside of turn 2 now, braking later. Then can we send one up the inside? A little bit of decent contact. There wasn't really much contact on my screen, but it looks like he lost the back end. So maybe that was my fault. Obviously, he didn't lose anything, so it's absolutely fine. I'm just going to not let him not fight it, sorry, because that would have been pretty harsh after I basically T-boned him. And Franglish now did pit again, so he's on to super soft tyres now. I'm pretty sure that's at least 2 stops, maybe even 3 for Franglish, so really not going his way. I've run wide through the middle sector. He's going to go around the outside, as I did earlier in the race. And oh, that was very close. He almost like desynced my tyre off there. But he told me that it was pretty clean on his screen, so no damage done, luckily. So now onto lap 34. I think Hayden has got damage now. He didn't earlier in the race, but he's going very slowly. And I'm in 10th at the minute. I think someone must have retired, but Hayden is going extremely slowly in the middle sector. So can I try and overtake him now? Although I'm pretty sure I do have penalties, so I've got to try and put a gap. But Hayden's going very, very slowly. He must have like fully red front wing, something like that. But I'm at the inside of the third last corner, and I take 9th place away there from Hayden, and he's going to try and hold on to the back of me in case, well, I do have penalties. He normally doesn't have any penalties, so I've got to try and put a gap now. And now onto the next lap, lap 35, the final lap of the race. Finnish player has won the race, and Hayden, you can see on the minimap, has dropped back quite a lot. Maybe not isn't 6 seconds, but it's definitely 3. So I think I had 6. So if he has 3, then I'll be fine. And code across the line for 9th place. 5 seconds behind Tappan in the end, which unfortunately, you can see Hayden actually had more penalties than me, surprisingly. So that is 9th place for me, and I'll take it. But Finnish player wins the race with KJ in second. Good result for him, and Herschel on the podium, his first podium of the season. It's so pretty exciting race. Well, alright race for me. I was just getting overtaken most of the time, but still enjoyable. So, and I got points, so that's obviously always good. So I hope you did enjoy it. If you didn't, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been J White 3, and I will see you next time.